Welcome back. Fall is here and it is one of the most amazing times of the year, especially in the Northeast. Happy to be back and presenting another Flight Club package for you as we missed last month. We did have a TV segment airing which kind of replaced last month's video. If you haven't been able to see that yet, I highly recommend it, and you can learn more about us as a company. And that will be linked in the description below. Anyway, onto the fall weather. We are going with a sweater weather theme and fall flavors, of course, because what is better than wearing a sweater in the fall? I honestly don't know. I love the fall, especially up here in the Northeast, keeping the windows open at night when it's in the 40 and 50 degree marks. That is prime time. In case you didn't notice, I'm wearing a John Elliott sweater, and underneath that I'm wearing another sweater, so it really is the sweater weather season. I'm doubled up and oh so comfortable. Being acorny here and there, I'm going to be working in a lot of puns this month, and this month's trivia is how many puns are mentioned in this video. That's it, so just grab a notepad, listen closely, and let's discuss this month's Flight Club package. So to kick things off this month, and in case you hadn't noticed, look at how gorgeous this collection of chocolate looks with all of these fall colors, like, mwah. So let's jump right in. We're going to be tasting Valrhona's Abnao 85% dark chocolate bar. We have discussed a fair amount of Valrhona in the past. They were founded in 1922 in L'Hermitage, France. So in case you haven't seen me point at this map enough, that's not France, that's Spain. This is France. So that's where they are producing chocolate out of. This bar is a mixed origin blend, so the cocoa beans are coming from various terriers across the world. Being an 85%, it does have a bit of a bitter flavor profile, but it is not too overwhelming. You'll pick up almost woody secondary notes with a hint of raw cacao. When it comes to the higher cocoa content bars, like 85%, some chocolate makers hit that nail, square on the head, whereas some others just completely miss and hit themselves in the foot. Fortunately, Valrhona never misses hitting that nail, and this is a great testament of what they're able to produce at these high cocoa contents. And just in case you're a little monotone and unenergetic, this bar and its powerful bitterness will kind of alleviate that resting witch face that you might just always be walking around with. We also have a great clip from Valrhona which discusses and displays how they're able to transform cocoa from farming at the plantation to making chocolate to using that chocolate in advanced applications. So let's take a quick look. And that wraps up our Valrhona feature to kick off this sweater weather season, and we'll be moving on to our next tasting. And I am aware, just before we jump into this next chocolate, that the sweater I'm wearing beneath this sweater cardigan doesn't quite match, but I'm not, necessarily wearing this for style points. I'm wearing this for cozy points. And we're in the cozy season of fall. So we can jump into our next chocolate bar, which is coming from Crone Moss Chocolate out of Petoskey, Michigan. This is their 70% Wampasirpi Honduras dark chocolate bar. Honduras is right in Central America here, and the cocoa used for this chocolate, as mentioned, is coming from the Wampasirpi region. That is in the northeast portion of Honduras, and believe it or not, it is only accessible via a 2-day canoe trip. This chocolate is very earthy and deep with almost a mocha-like finish. You'll pick up flavor profiles of honey, banana, and toasted walnut, and this is just expertly crafted, honestly. Even when you look at the bar, the tempered sheen of the chocolate itself is perfection. I believe that this is my favorite Honduras origin chocolate that I've tasted up into this point in time. But don't tell anyone that, because I can't pick favorites, and you know the deal, witches get stitches. Plus, with this autumn colored packaging, what more could you love? I mean, obviously the chocolate itself, but for the aesthetic, kind of look, this hits the nail right on the head, and they're not hitting their foot, so you do not need any crutches. This is your match made in heaven. Crone Moss also has a fine range of additional single origin chocolates, as well as a bit unique flavor inclusion line, like not quite the standard flavors that you'd see in chocolate, like orange or ginger or things along those lines. But they have some pretty unique flavors like passion fruit extract and sesame seed, or banana and cardamom. All are outstanding, and I highly recommend checking out some more chocolates from Crone Moss. That just about wraps up this chocolate this month, and we'll be moving on. Moving on, our next tasting is a real gourd time. What is fall without maple? I honestly don't know. Living in New England my whole life, I've always had maple in the fall. That seems like, the prime season for it. So one better to include a maple caramel chocolate. This is coming from Lake Champlain Chocolates out of Burlington, Vermont, which is actually not too far from us because we're right around here. But this is a 57% dark chocolate with a maple caramel filling. Plus the gradient sunset looking scene on the packaging. Again, could you have a more fall package type? I don't believe so. This chocolate has a caramel filling as mentioned, but it is infused with, guess what? Maple. From first sight to very last bite, I don't rhyme, but I'm rhyming for this. And once you see this, you'll be like, give me more ASAP. A friend of mine asked me if I could spin a chocolate bar on my finger. I told him, look at that. But that just about wraps up our Lake Champlain chocolate this month, and we'll be moving on to something new. This next chocolate we're featuring is a new one. It is coming from MIA Chocolate, or Mia Chocolate, or Made in Africa Chocolate, which is the made at the source Madagascar chocolate maker. And this is their new 75% dark chocolate bar with a cashew and ginger flavor inclusion. We have discussed MIA a handful of times in the past, as well as included some of their video content. I don't want to double dip in that, so if you're interested, I will link the videos in the description below. But this is just an absolutely outstanding flavor combination. I've always loved cashews, just kind of in those, Planters mixed nut jars that are like $15 now. Yeah, right. And I never would have thought cashews and ginger could go together as well as they do up until I tried this bar. Their typical, see that spin? MIA's typical flavor inclusion bars are at a 65% cocoa, but this 75% is the same as their core pure blend chocolate, which is one of my favorites coming out of Madagascar. And this, with the addition of cashew and ginger spice, is just a home run. You know, they're taking a 30-pound sledgehammer and hitting that nail square right on the head. It's incredible. The cashews in this bar are roasted and, jeweled with some ginger pieces, giving it almost a spicy and peppery finish. Not to mention the packaging fitting our orange theme ever so well. Could we really ask for more from MIA? I don't think so. That just about wraps up our new MIA feature this month, and we are on to our next tasting. Moving on, we are going to taste a perfect theme bar for fall. I think this bar was created for the fall. It is coming from Taste Artisan Chocolate out of Provo, Utah, right in the Rockies. This is the Rowley's Red Barn. It is a mini bar, but it is at a 52% dark chocolate with apple, spices, and orange. If you even take a look at the packaging, there's what looks like a mother-son sitting on a farm truck that is covered with pumpkins and apples, with a red barn in the background. I presume the barn belongs to Rowley, but I will fact check that and get back to y'all. This is just a perfect fall bar. I mean, you hear what's in it and you're thinking, oh my god, that is so fall. And you're right, because this is so fall. Taste has a multitude of single origin and flavor infused chocolates, and this is without a doubt the number one option that you could be having this month. It really sets you in the mood, especially in the Northeast if you like apple picking like myself. I love apple picking, and I love pressing apple cider. This chocolate, again, is at a 52% cocoa content, and it is a mixed origin coming from Peru and the Dominican Republic. Orange, are you glad we didn't include a pumpkin spice and everything nice chocolate in this month's package? I know I am, I know Ryan Reynolds is, but there's pumpkin spice everywhere. We have enough pumpkins. I can leave out the spice and still get by. We also have a great new video from Taste Artisan Chocolate, which is a little brief, but it goes through their chocolate making process and how they're able to do so with expertise. We have seen a fair amount of clips from Taste Artisan Chocolate in the past, but this one is brand spanking new, so let's take a look. Great work, and even better people to work with. That just about wraps up our taste feature this month, and unfortunately they don't make this in a full-size bar, only a mini bar, but it's not about the size of the bar, it's about the impact that it has. And last up for our in-flight treat this month, we have another familiar face. Dauphine chocolate coming out of Belgium. Yoink, right up here. This is their 60% dark chocolate with candied orange. This is just a true winner right here. One of the favorite orange bars of mine that we're currently carrying. Actually, it's up there right with MIA Chocolate's orange bar. But the packaging, again, just goes so well. It fits phenomenally in with this theme. And the candied oranges just are perfect with chocolate. I mean, orange and chocolate go together hand in hand, but Delphine really knows how to perfect that art of blending. Delphine really has mastered blending chocolate with different flavors. Thus, their slogan is the art of blending. If you didn't catch that pun earlier, that did not count as a fall pun this month. But this is just an outstanding bar, 60% cocoa, and you will love it. So do you have a fall favorite, or do you let someone else be the decider? It is time to trick or treat yourself, so don't shy away from tasting everything in one sitting. It might not last all too long once you get into each, but I myself do that way. And that just about wraps up our fall sweater weather themed Flight Club package. What a month. I love this. I love this sweater, and I love this sweater's sweater. My only regret is my color choice with what I brought to wear under this. I don't think it fits, but you know, you live, you learn, and when you learn, you can live by learning. So here's to that. Here's to fall. And I'm quite excited to get the new style of videos configured, so we'll have a much more streamlined Flight Club video process. Excited for you to check it out as well. And until next month, you know the deal. Eat, sleep, breathe chocolate. Cheers.